My legacy is not over. Whatever I have to do for the legacy, that still includes my entire family, is still not over. My son is looking. My daughter's looking. My lady is looking. Everybody's looking now.
Kelvin fashion, he didn't keep his word on that. He'd rather spend that money on his side chick. Bought her a Ferrari as a push present, but that car, according to the Daily Mail, got repossessed the day after Wendy announced the divorce. You know you can't afford those type of toys, Kev.
Everyone, it looks like Kevin Hunter is facing one problem after another. After his reported $250 million lawsuit was dismissed, his financial troubles have become even more serious. There are now claims that he owes a lot of money and that people he allegedly borrowed from are trying to track him down. Many are wondering where Kevin has disappeared to. Reports also suggest that Sharina Hudson has ended their relationship and moved back to her mother's home, leaving Kevin on his own. Some critics believe he expected Wendy Williams to keep supporting him financially forever, but that is no longer the case. With Wendy completely moving on and no longer helping him, Kevin is said to be struggling to deal with the consequences of his past choices. He has often been surrounded by controversy, but many people believe this situation could be one of the most difficult challenges he has ever faced. Some even think Wendy may feel a sense of relief after everything that has happened.
Hard. I don't recommend that you work with your husband because I made him my manager, and then when I decided to divorce him, he had to be fired. In other words, I made him divorced and unemployed all in one day.
Since Wendy Williams was placed under a court-appointed guardianship in 2023, Kevin Hunter has repeatedly spoken about his financial struggles. He has claimed that he can no longer afford to pay many of his bills or maintain the lifestyle he once enjoyed. According to Kevin, he has fallen behind on credit card payments and other expenses because the money he used to receive under his divorce settlement stopped coming. He argued that the suspension of those payments had seriously affected his life and left him in a difficult financial position. However, reports explain that the payments did not stop because of Wendy herself. Instead, her court-appointed guardian made that decision based on the terms of the divorce agreement. The settlement reportedly stated that once Wendy was no longer working on her television show, Kevin's payments would also come to an end. When the issue reached the court, the judge sided with Wendy's position, finding that the agreement already covered that situation. Kevin's legal problems did not end there. Wendy's guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, later filed another lawsuit seeking the return of about $112,000 that had allegedly been paid to him. After repeatedly failing to restore his alimony, Kevin also attempted to challenge the divorce settlement. He claimed that Wendy had hidden $48 million in assets during their divorce proceedings, but the court rejected that argument as well. Still determined, Kevin later filed a massive $250 million lawsuit against Wendy's guardians and several court officials. He argued that the guardianship was unfair, claimed Wendy was being controlled against her wishes, and alleged that her finances were being mishandled. He asked the court to appoint a different guardian and requested a full forensic review of Wendy's financial records. Despite these efforts, his legal challenges continued to face major setbacks.
Lawsuit claiming that Wendy is being held against her will in an illegal guardianship, has caused all sorts of financial and emotional damage. Problem is, he's divorced from her, and she doesn't like her much.
No, it was not a great divorce.
She didn't like him much.
And even though she's had to pay him out a whole lot of money over a lot of years, she doesn't want him a part of this, and you know this straight from the source.
Well, I know it straight from the source because before I talked to the source, meaning Wendy, it was just apparent to me. I mean, he's filing this as Kevin Hunter, her friend. I mean, when does a friend have standing to file a 200? She had no idea about this lawsuit.
Now, don't get it twisted. Kevin wasn't doing any of 4 to 100 for minutes. 10 seconds this because he magically started caring about Wendy. He wanted to use the new guardian and forensic accounting to see 4 to 170 for minutes. 17 seconds what he could get out of it. And thankfully, Wendy saw through that and made it clear that she doesn't want Kevin anywhere near her. And definitely 4 to 260 for minutes, 26 seconds doesn't want his grubby hands on her money. And it was after all of this that we found out why he was so desperate to 4 to 340 for minutes, 30 for seconds get that influx of cash. Because all his savings that he had wasted on Shireena's failed business, buying expensive cars and jewelry for Shirina. 4 to 450 for minutes, 45 seconds. Steven genuinely never thought that Wendy's money bag was ever going to dry out. He had no backup plan, no job. 4 to 530 for minutes, 53 seconds. And when that money dried up, he still kept up that lifestyle, thinking he would win the lawsuit. But boy, was he 5 minutes strong. Not only has he liked to sell his house and cars, his buong Shirina has decided she cannot live with a brokey. So 5 minutes, 9 seconds. She is now in a lot of debt. Not only he also owes to banks, but also to a lot of hood lenders. One of his debts was to 5 to 185 minutes, 18 seconds subs bank. And girl, they came after him as soon as he lost his alimony case. 5 to 245 minutes, 20 for seconds. Steven had gotten a credit card from the bank in 2014, and he did make timely payments until he got cut off. The bank sent him a warning, which he refused to. 5 to 325 minutes, 30 to seconds. Steven acknowledged music, and when it became public that he wasn't getting more money from Wendy, they sued him immediately. The bank asked the court to 5 to 405 minutes, 40 seconds grant damages of any amount but not less than $20,176, and also wanted Kevin to pay the cost of the suit, including attorney's fees. 5 to 515 minutes, 51 seconds. While all this was going on, another company called Flex Wealth also came knocking. They demanded that Kevin pay back the 2 loans he took to buy luxury. 6,006 minuteskers. Even the house he bought wasn't safe, and he had to sell it since he couldn't keep up with the homeowner fees and maintenance costs. Sources also 6,086 minutes, 8 seconds confirmed that Kevin wasn't only dead, broke, and in debt, he was also heartbroken. With the money gone and the house up for sale, Shirina had no 6 to 166 minutes, 16 seconds reason to be there, and reportedly moved back in with her mother. Kevin finally sold the house for $1 million. But it wasn't enough to settle his debts, because he still owes a lot of money. 6 to 76 minutes, 27 seconds. Even his debt with UBS Bank keeps piling up since the court granted them default judgment, and the amount with interest will continue to grow until it's paid. 6 to 356 minutes, 35 seconds back. But that's not all. Allegedly, he had also taken help from some underground money lenders with the lawyer's fees, hoping once he won the 6 to 446 minutes, 40 for seconds lawsuits, he would pay them back. Not only has he lost almost all the lawsuits, the money that he owed, these lenders are incurring heavy interests. 6 to 546 minutes, 50 for seconds. These are the people you don't want to be owing money to. And baby, those hood sharks are dangerous. And you know, if he doesn't pay up, it is only going to 7 to 7 minutes, 2 seconds. Get worse. Considering that Kevin is broke right now and still refuses to get any reasonable job, there's no way he's 7 to 107 minutes, 10 seconds going to pay anyone back. And he's been quietly making his exit too. Kevin has wiped out every trace of his lifestyle from Instagram and has been completely 7 to 187 minutes, 18 seconds absent from social media. Like, no one knows where he is music or where he was last seen. He's been laying low to avoid attention. And insiders are saying 7 to 277 minutes, 27 seconds that Kevin is considering filing for bankruptcy, since that's his only way out. And the internet isn't letting him forget that he had it coming. This whole 7 to 367 minutes, 36 seconds time with people saying, "Let me tell you now, no good will come to Kevin Hunter or his mistress for what they did." 7 to 437 minutes, 43 seconds to Wendy Williams. Kevin is responsible for a lot of this woman's decline, and no one can tell me different. Karma 7 to 507 minutes, 50 seconds. Ain't finished with him yet, and it's gone. Come to Shirina too. Everyone doesn't get to see karma play out for 7 to 577 minutes, 57 seconds. People who have done others wrong. This is most definitely not one of those moments. Well, you get what you put out. 8 minutes, 5 seconds every time. No sympathy here. But what do you guys think about this? Sound off in the comments, and make sure to like 8 to 128 minutes, 12 seconds and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, baddies.